Mrs. Oluwakemi Yesufu Oshowore. Please put your hands together for her as she comes. Please, can we all be upstanding? Whenever I call a guest, you will all be upstanding, receive our guests. And when they are done, we also stand for them. Please, if you are seated, please all be upstanding. What you celebrate, you are trust. Come on, everybody. Come on, everybody.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. PBOs. PBOs. Wherever you are, PBO. God bless you. I am Oshwari Yesufu, Mrs. And I just thank God for the PWAN group, what he has made of me. Mr. Kevin, before you go, please, I just want to tell you there was no need for all of those things. Want to introduce me, I'm Mrs. Oshwa Yesufu. Yeah, God bless you. So what happened to me, my own story, is a long one, and my coming to a P1 group was divinely orchestrated. My story, I should tell my story. I'm going to tell my story. I started my career life in the bottling industry, like you have Guinness, you have Coca-Cola. So I was in the manufacturing bottling company. I was there for some time, and it was a good one. And after staying there for some time, I joined the banking industry. In the banking industry, I moved from one bank to the other. Everything was okay. Well, my story is like that of the proverbial princess living in the castle. Everything was going well, everything fine. But at a particular point in time, the castle collapsed, and she met herself on the ground. And thank God for P1. P1 group? With a P1 group. So I'm just telling the story from that point in the banking industry. Everything was okay. I moved. I got to even the international treasury. I was the money laundry person. I was the arrowhead. We were trying to get a 2 billion contract for the bank in conjunction with Alcatel for fiber optics. I was the arrowhead at that time. I brought in money to the bank and all that. All of a sudden, and the bank had money. They said the bank did not capitalize. It was due to politics, because the MD's elder brother, Adolphus Wabara, was the Senate president. He had problems. So that politics affected us, and I saw myself out of the bank. I just came back from my master's program in Unilag. I took some leave and went for that master's, came, and I didn't have any job again. So that was how that trouble started. And anytime I now try to get the job somewhere, they will just tell me, we don't know how to place you. I said, why don't you place me and let me refuse? Anyway, that one continued until God did it for me as a result of prayers, because I know we all pray one way or the other, and I believe so much in prayer. I went into prayers, and I got a job in one of the major oil companies. So everything was okay there too. I was there until my husband now took he was at the point of death. He was ill, and now I just found myself that I was not having that job again. That was when that princess, please, let's me one house. That was how that princess left that high tower, and I just found that everything was like going. At that time, we were living in a 5-bedroom duplex, 2 boys' quarters. We had cars and everything. So I want to just encourage anyone listening to me here and maybe outside here now, because I believe we are on air. If you are in a position like that, P1 is the place to be. P1 will give you a second chance. P1 will give you reason to smile and be happy again. Things were really, really bad at that time. And then my husband was ill, and then I just started praying, and then God gave me this opportunity through answer to my supplication at that time. That one day I was driving, and I was alone in the car, and I just heard an audible voice. This is my first time of experiencing that. And since that time, I've not experienced it again. That audible voice said, buy newspaper. I just drove past a vendor. I was just going. I wasn't thinking of paper. Buying paper was not my thing at that time. Second time, said, buy newspaper. Very compelling voice. That was why I now reversed and called the vendor and bought the newspaper. I put it in the car. So I went about my day's runs. when I got home in the night, I now remember that, okay, I bought newspaper today, so I started browsing through the paper. Please, can we have one house? So what happened was that when I opened...
Wait, ma. 1 minute, ma. PBOs. Now, can I have one house, please? If you're coming in, come in quietly and sit down, please. I want the hall to be quiet. You might not want to listen to Miss Yesufu, but there are people here that want to listen to her. There are people that believe in her growth. There are people that want to listen how she has gotten this far, and they want to hear from her. So please, I want to crave your indulgence. Please be calm. If you're coming in, come in quietly and sit. Please.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Please, one more time. Can you put your hands together for yourself, ladies and gentlemen? I know right here we have elite people, right? We have elite here, right? We have senior managers, we have assistant managers, and all of that. So the people that are here are not, so people with high mindsets. So please, let's be calm and listen. Thank you. Please, my continue.
Okay, thank you. So that was how one far corner of the newspaper, very small place. I just saw Work With Us, and we earned 450, and that it was a Thursday like this. They had a meeting on Saturday, 2 days away. So I just told myself, what company is paying this? I said, okay, let me go. So I went for that seminar, and it was a very powerful seminar that day. I saw the evidences of checks. They were paying with checks at that time. The people that they gave testimonies that some people didn't even have money to register. Some came with bathroom slippers. But look at them now, earning 300,000. 400,000, 200,000. We're now looking, and then I was just saying to myself that all that I would be concerned with is because I know I have reputation, and I know, the people that are my network that I'll go to market to. So I needed to know if this company was a reputable company, if their land were genuine. That was just my concern at that time. And I took my time to really find out all of this, and I kept on coming. I was convinced beyond reasonable doubt. So I just said, okay, I was going to key into the company. So at that time, they used to have a payment plan, 6 months, and then 1 year. Just that, not flyers. Yes, so the payment plan, I just took one. I went and made photocopy. I just want to encourage anybody out there. I thank God that those of us that are here, we are assistant managers and above. But there are those outside that that are listening. When you see something, a very good opportunity, especially if someone should present this P1 to you, you should hit the ground running, because that was what I did. After I was convinced, I took that paper. I went and made 20 photocopies. I just put my name, my first name, and my phone number. I went to the bank where I knew. I went to some other places like that, and I just gave them. And so when they look at it, they just say, okay, they will just see, okay, this land, so and so amount, you can pay 6 months, you can pay 1 year. They say, oh, really? Where is the land? I just told them, I say, around Eleronogbe. And that was how somebody, I had not even registered. Somebody just said, okay, she will just buy 3 floors, 2 million. So, and that was how I just sold. So that was my first breakthrough in P1, and I was very happy, with that one. So I continued, and God has helped me, and like it's customary to me, with me, if I see something that is genuine, once I put my hand in it, I don't look back. I will run with that vision. It's only if I'm not convinced, but once I'm convinced, I will do everything to make sure that I succeed in that something. So that was how I just continued, and I was selling. I was really doing well, and trust me, they were having meetings sometimes in Ikeja Hotel, and then other places like that. And they used to have Eagle Summit. The first time we had Eagle Summit in Inagbe Resort. Yes, we went to Ikoyi with the chairman, the GMD. They hired three boats, flying boats, and we went to that Inagbe across the ocean. We stayed there for weekend, Eagle Summit. So I qualified for Eagle Summit. I've qualified for Eagle Summit in P1 5 times. 2 times. Yeah. So that was the first one was that Inagbe. Then the second one was Ghana. I was in Ghana, And then I had the opportunity of going to Eagle Summit in Dubai and Kigali Eagle Summit. So those are, then aside from that, I was also in London. I also qualified for Las Vegas. But so that Las Vegas trip was aborted because they didn't give anybody visa. So Mama, the GMD, just said we should. But among the qualifiers, I was there. So I just want to encourage you. As we're in P1, anything at all, what I do is that, maybe because what happened in the bank, they gave me target and I used to try to meet it. So any target, I look at the target. It's the target me I aim at. And I know that when you qualify for that target, you will get what you want. And why I was excited about the trips, and every one of us, we have our wives. Okay, I needed money, fine. The money was coming in. But I enjoy traveling. I like traveling. I like traveling out. I traveled out for the first time at the age of 23. From my NYC camp, I spent 2 months. So when I started working, every summer I would go. Well, I discovered from that training I went that P1 said, you can travel. I said, oh, really? You can travel? All expense paid. Okay, I'm in for it. So, and that was how I was just doing well, and I was qualifying for it. And of course, the money too, was also coming. So that's how God has really helped me. And I was one time highest seller for P1 Plus. I also have qualified 2 times for end of year award. This end of year bonus they climb the stage and give to you. I qualified twice for that one. And then yes, performance bonus. In fact, it would have been 3 times. The 3rd time I qualified, but it was then they announced that you have to sell for 5 affiliates. And it wasn't 5, but I met the amount. But so it would have been 3 times, so it was just 1. So I've just been qualifying like that, and then I was able to also get some properties. By God has blessed me with properties, and P1 will allow you to know your worth. It will allow you to know your ability. Something you may not even know you know how to sell. You may not know you know how to talk, but P1 will give you that platform. And I can talk to people easily. I did a lot of buy to sell. Even before this recent last year, there was some I did. I met the man. I said, hello. I just chatted. He was resting in his car. I just talked to the man about our company buy to sell. It took some time. By the time he came, he liked it. He just said, okay, madam, do you have a bank at Ikota? He came to Landmark. I said, yes, I will go with you. He did 30 million. He didn't tell me. It was after he did that one that he just paid in that 30 million. And I quickly registered him because he was asking me that this commission now, how much will you get? And the man was a lawyer. So I said, why? You can do it now. You can do it. Why can't you do it? And I said, you have to register. So quick. I now registered because so that because I know the next time you don't want to do it again. So that was how the guy now registered and is doing very well. And then my former place of work, I've done 25 million. I've done 70 million, I've done 50 million, I've done 45. Then even before the recent 1 year. So God has been faithful with me and to me. And I want to tell you that what I do is that I just say, God, be my Facebook. Father, please be my Twitter. Just let people call me. And just a little posting, and then people will just go. And they have confidence. And that's one thing I want to encourage us too. Let people have confidence in you. Like somebody that did 45 million one time. He said, as long as you see me, I don't have any fears. And he did it. So when the money came, he didn't believe. When the money came, he got his money. And some few days before the money will arrive for all this buy to sell, I'll call them and say, congratulations. In 3 days' time, your money will be dropping. So they will now, okay, thank you. And truly the money dropped. Yeah, madam, send me your account number. Because he didn't believe. All these banks, they don't really pay anything for fixed deposit. And then for him to see a company paying 40% at that time, he said, please just send me your account number. Send me. I must give, because he didn't believe. I just said, don't worry. Just give me a referral. It's your money. You don't need to give me anything. And today, the man is doing well. I have an opportunity to go to some corporate organizations that even the chairman, they escorted me with Dr. Afam, with their mobile police. They were the one that gave presentation at that company's end of year annual general meeting. And because it's a corporate organization, we are still on it and something good will come. So I just want to tell you, I want to encourage all of you, don't give up. As we have started this journey, make sure every step of the way, like they just read to us, the different software manager, this and this, aim at it and work towards it. And P1, little thing you do, they will reward you. I've had the opportunity of staying in a co-hotel 2 times, P1. During COVID-19, when we couldn't travel out. So I really enjoyed a lot, with the company. And then we just thank God for something. There was, at that time I was seeing the highest seller with P1 Premium. There was going to be some reward with cars and everything. But there was also a suggestion that if you want to keep your points and build on it, maybe for higher reward, you can. So that was how I left that one at that time. So with all the buy to sell, with the sales, I have investments. I say I have investment. P1 Group, with P1 Group. So it's a place that all those problems I had at that time when my husband was ill and even my children could not go to school, for one period, everything, you just have the money coming. Sometimes I'll just say, money will just come now. Before, something would have dropped, So P1 is a ministry as God has done it. And I want us to keep on in our prayers. Let us keep on encouraging and praying for this company, praying for the management, the leadership, that God will keep on giving them ideas, visions. And as we do that, we too will grow with them. And right now, the sky is just the beginning for me and for you. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Somebody say, wow. Mrs. Yesufu, but when I wanted to bring her up, I started with saying that I just know that she was a target kind of person. Let me tell her I know that she's a target kind of person. She's somebody that asks questions. She wants to know, how can I get here? How can I get here? I'll tell you why. I was in a manager's retreat recently to host the manager retreat. And there were questions she was asking. Now, when you ask questions, I can tell you your person from your question. Because from your questions, I can tell you that I know what you are looking for. So every question she's asking is, from here, how do I get here? From here, how do I get here? So I know that she's a target kind of person. So the way I wanted to recognize her, I know that she's a target. And when she came here, she just said that she's a target person.